Hey everybody, welcome back. We're starting day number 6, the last day of the charity walk where we left off on day number 5 at the JCB World Parts Centre, and we're going to be crossing over the A50, going over the new flyover bridge that we put in for the JCB factories, and we're going to cross over there, head into the town of Uttoxeter, and then there's a footpath that follows down the side of the A50, so let's crack on with it. So we've just gone over the A50, you can see the A50 next to me here now, and we are walking down the A522, which is the new road heading into Uttoxeter, and from there we should be able to find a footpath slipping off and running alongside the A50. So we'll pretty much keep in tow with the A50, running alongside it, and from there on we'll see how the rest of the day goes. But weather-wise, it rained a lot this morning, so weather-wise, now currently it's dry, but it is a bit wet underfoot. The field section is going to be a little bit sketchy. We have got a couple of fields to go over today, so I have got to change the boots again in my bag, just in case we need to change into them if they are really wet again. But first part of the last day is going to be on roads and on pavement, so just crack on with it a little bit and see if we can get to the villages of Sudbury and see what else there is. So just come off the A50 at Doveridge, so we'll be walking through the village of Doveridge now. We've crossed over the River Dove, walked alongside the A50 for quite a while, and now we're going to head towards the village of Doveridge, walk through Doveridge, and I think there's a few farmers' fields that we need to just go across before we head into Sudbury way. But Doveridge is our first village that we're going to pass through today, and weather's holding up, not too bad really on the weather-wise. A little bit chilly, but nothing too bad. It's pretty much perfect walking conditions really. A little bit wet underground obviously from the rain that we had last night and the rain that we've had throughout the whole week, but making good progress. Around about 3-4 miles in now, so should be towards the finish approximately around about 11 o'clock time, half 11. So making good progress. Doveridge, the first stop of the last day. So we've walked through the village of Doveridge now, just heading back down towards the A50. We're going to walk over a flyover bridge, little walk bridge over the A50, but this is apparently a footpath. You can see that the farmers just decided to grow corn right up until the edge of the footpath, so it's not really very well maintained, of course. Just getting constantly hit in the face with corn leaves right now, but until we get to the end of here we'll then be able to hop over. You can probably hear the A50 in the background, but from there we'll jump across the A50, have a couple of farm fields to go through, and then from that we'll be heading down towards the village of Sudbury. But there is the footpath, and first we've got to get over the A50. So believe it or not, that right there is the footpath to get to the flyover bridge, the walk bridge over the A50. So we've got to try and fight our way through these brambles. It is all signposted as a footpath, so it is definitely the right way, but it's not maintained at all, as you can see. So coat on, gloves on, and fight our way through these nettles and brambles. So we're now on the A50 flyover bridge, the walk bridge, but that was the supposed footpath route. We've had to actually abandon cutting through all those nettles and brambles. It does come out up here, you can see, but the farmer has quite nicely tied the gatepost up and just let it become overgrown completely. You can see the steps going down there. There is definitely no way we would have got down there. So we've had to come through the farmer's gate, which was padlocked, so we've had to just jump over it, just because he hasn't maintained his footpath, so we had no other option. So we've come up the farmer's path, and now we're going to head over the A50 flyover bridge, the walk bridge, or the little farm road bridge. And as you can see, there is the A50. We're just crossing over now, And then we've got a few farmers' fields, so we might have to have a little bit of change of footwear across a few farmers' fields, and then we'll be heading into the village of Sudbury, and then from there it should be around about 3 miles until the end from Sudbury. But first we've got a few farmers' fields to cross over, and then we can start thinking about getting towards the end. So we've just come obviously through the village of Doveridge and over across a couple of fields. Obviously we had the bramble filled footpath which we had to find a way around, but we've just come across now a couple of fields, one of which had a bull in but wasn't signposted, and then we have an electric fence here going directly up to it, stopping us from getting to the actual stile. And you can see here the electric is connected and it is on, so it's definitely not going to be a route we're using. Don't even want to try and risk trying to jump over that with how unsteady and tired my legs are at the moment. But it's very nice of a farmer to do this and to make it even more challenging of us. But instead we're just going to use this farm gate down the other end of this field, and we're going to walk through the farm gate and to where we should be. So we're just walking down the track now, down the road to get to Sudbury Prison. We've just crossed over the A515. The A50 is just to our right, and we'll be going over the A50 or under the A50 to get to Sudbury in a minute. But this is quite a unique style. It's not actually going anywhere. You can get all the way around it as well, so it's a little bit oddly placed really, but I'm guessing that's a footpath across there. But very, very weird style. Well, this is the entranceway to Sudbury Prison, and we'll be going down here a little bit, finding a footpath, crossing over the A50, and then we'll be in Sudbury itself, near the Childhood of Museum. So let's see if we can get into Sudbury. So the sun is out and we've just gone under the A50 there, under the bridge, going into Sudbury. We're now heading towards the Museum of Childhood at Sudbury, and then we'll walk through Sudbury, and then it's roughly around about 3 miles then until we get to JCB Foston, which is Power Systems. And roughly speaking it should be quite flat from now on in, and we should be there in around about an hour's time hopefully. So we'll just cross over now and head towards Sudbury itself and walk straight through Sudbury Hall and through the other side. So we're at Sudbury. This is the Sudbury Hall, which is the Museum of Childhood. Definitely worth visiting if you haven't already. Very, very good inside. But we're just going to be walking through Sudbury now and heading towards the finish, which is JCB Foston Power Systems. And like I said before, we're roughly around about 3 miles away now, so not too far to go at all. And most of it now is going to be on roadways. I don't think there's going to be many fields. We'll have to have a look up and coming, see if there is. But we've changed our footwear back to our road wear now. So I've got my walking boots on, and we're going to head now down towards JCB Foston, the last stretch of the day, the last stretch of the entire walk. 90 miles, walking from JCB Wrexham to JCB Foston, visiting 9 JCB factories, including as well the NSPCC Carroll House. So it's been a bit of an adventure, but we're nearly there. 3 miles left to go. So we're through the village of Sudbury. We've gone through the village of Sudbury, and now we're walking alongside the A50 again. Getting pretty sick and tired of seeing the A50, to be honest. But we're walking alongside the A50 again now on that is the Foston and Hilton bypass. It's a bit of the A50 just after Sudbury roundabout, and we're now heading towards Foston itself. We'll be going through Foston, and then we'll end up at Foston Industrial Estate, and that is where the JCB Power Systems at Foston is, and that is our finishing point. So we're very, very close now, probably about 2 miles, 2.5 miles out, and we can virtually smell Foston from here. So we're just going up now, going to cross over the A50 using this bridge. We've got the Foston prison next to us now on the right, and we're going to go up and over this bridge. Again, not looking forward to this, but that is the Foston prison down there, and we're going to cross over, come down the other side. My fear of heights is definitely going to be tested here. But this is the bridge over to get over the A50. So we're crossing over now, and we need to go down the other side. Did not enjoy that in the slightest. We'll go down the steps to go a bit quicker. And then we're on the opposite side of the A50, we're on the side where Foston is now. So we'll literally go through the village of Foston, and then we'll be at the industrial estate where we need to finish. So we're just approaching Foston industrial estate now. It's here on the left. JCB's just a little bit further on, just off the roundabout. So we've done it 90 miles, 6 days. Walking for the NSPCC. We've visited obviously 9 JCB factories. This will be the 9th one. 9 of 11 that are in the UK, and we've also visited the NSPCC Carroll House. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who sponsored me, everybody who supported me on this challenge. All the t-shirt sponsors as well. We've got High Quip on the back, we've also got Street Crane Express as well on the back, and Broderick Engineering. On the front, we've got Broderick Engineering, we've got TFD, we've got Bonham and Turner, we've got AW Precision, we've got Central Plate Services, and we have Midland Machinery Heavy Lift. So big shout out to all those. Thank you very much. And also thanks to everybody who's helped me getting to and from the start point every day. We've got the likes of Andy, Darren, Carl and Tom, who have been driving me in the works van from the start point and end point every day. So big shout out to them. And also thanks to Ash, my good friend, who's joined me on the last day and helped me get through this last stretch of it. But big shout out to everybody. I've done my bit now, 90 miles, raising money for NSPCC. Just make sure you've done your bit. Donate if you haven't already. Make sure to check out the description underneath the video. The link is there in the description. Please donate if you've not already done so. But big shout out to everybody. We're here at the end. Thanks very much for watching.